Welcome to the solution video for the form communication challenge. I already have the project open, so let's go ahead and start talking through what our solution needs to be. Now I'm going to implement the bonus challenge since that actually encompasses both the standard challenge and the bonus challenge, how I would probably do it. Okay, but let's talk through what you could do if you didn't want to do it my way. And my way is going to be via events. But if you don't want to do events, what you could do, what I would probably do, and I've done in the past, is you create an interface. And in that interface, you define probably one method that's a callback method. So it'd be something like, message created. And so you'd put that method in the, let's go to the code here, you put it down here, and the interface would say, yes, you got that method. That's the contract that says you'll have that method. And then what happens is when you call the message creation, what you'll do is you'll pass in the instance of that interface, which happened to be this. Okay. And so then it could store that and call this dot or whatever you called it over there, that instance dot, and that one method can call and pass in the data back. Okay, so that's one way of doing it if you want to go that route. But we're going to use events because events just makes this really simple and clean. All right, so let's start by creating a new class to hold our message model. I don't absolutely have to do this, but I'm going to make it a little bit more backward compatible, a little more compatible with generic events, and just make it a little easier for someone to call or listen to my event using this system. So I'm going to create a message model event args. Kind of the way of doing it to make sure you're backward compatible and it works with all event types. All right, now in the message creation code behind, I am going to create inside here public event handler, and we'll say this is a message model event args type. That's where it's gonna get, come up. And we're gonna say the type is going to be, let's call this message creation complete. So if we call this or trigger this, we're saying that the message has been created. Now let's go and actually wire up this form. Just double click on the create button here. I actually named it well for you, which is good because then it actually makes it a little more readable when it comes to create. Sounds good. Okay, so now this will create the models. It will invoke this event, and then it will close this form. So that form should be done. Now what we need to do is just listen for those events on both the dashboard and on the sub-dashboard. So how we'll do that is we're going to attach a message to it. So let's start with the open message creation, the direct call to this. So that's going to launch the message creation. And we have a couple different ways we could go about this. I think the way I'm going to do it is just say message creation form equals new message creation form. I'm going to say form dot, and our event was called what? I believe it's called message creation complete. Plus equals, going to hit tab here. All right, and I can hit apply right away. What that does is it creates a new method for me that's an event method. In fact, look at it says it's got an object sender and then message model event args e. So in here is where I can do my work to actually populate this box right here, which is called message text. So let's do that right now. Message text dot text equals e dot event data dot message. Okay, so that just populated that box, and now we can do is just in this launch we have wired up our event, and now I can say form.show. Okay, solves that problem. All right, so now let's wire up the open sub dashboard, which is fairly simple. Sub dashboard form equals new sub dashboard form.show. That's it. Now let's open up the sub dashboard and double click the open message creation. And we're going to do almost exactly the same thing we did over here. In fact, I'm going to copy this code. In fact, I'll copy it all the way down to here. Like so. Notice I had to highlight the end curly brace because of the fact that I was pasting it in. Be careful you don't paste in extra brace or one too little. And now it should be that if I open this up, open up my sub dashboard, open up my message creation, and now say Tim, let's say Tim Corey, this is a test, and hit create, it should not come over here to the main dashboard. It should just come over to the sub dashboard. Hit create, and sure enough, Tim Corey, this is a test, goes into the sub dashboard. Now, if I were to open up directly from the dashboard, and I were to say Jane Doe, this is not Sue, and hit create, it says this is not Sue in our main dashboard. It does not overwrite or change the sub dashboard. Okay? Because each of these is a different instance that we're using for our events. Now, what this allows us to do is it allows the creation form, the message creation form, which is this form right here. This form has no clue about who its callers are. It doesn't know. We can have 10 more forms that call this form. It will pass the message back to the correct form every single time. Okay? And the reason it can do that is because it just says, you know what? I've got this event thingy. I'm going to go ahead and fire it off every time something changes, every time you get a creation. And then whoever's listening can go ahead and pick that message up and do whatever they want with it. And that's what really happens. The dashboard just wants the message. The sub dashboard, it wants the name and the message. Either way, they both get the data the way they asked for it, or the full data. They can do what they want and display it however they want. Okay? So actually a pretty simple challenge if you've got a good grasp on event handling, okay, and set up events. If you don't, no worries. There's a video on my YouTube channel. Just search for events, and it will give you a good rundown on how to set up events and a more full explanation of that. Okay? Thanks for watching. I hope you got a lot out of it. And as always, I am Tim Corey.